Good Erev Shabbos, my dear friends. We're getting closer and closer to Rosh Hashanah. This week we read Parshas TIETZE. And yesterday I learned the beginning of the portion with a friend, and some questions came up, talking about the laws of the beautiful woman. Talks about when you go out fighting a war and you see in captivity a beautiful woman and you desire her. So the Torah says the whole thing, what you're allowed to take her, you have to bring her home, she has to cry for a month and so on, with all the details. And the question is, why would we allow someone to marry a woman from captivity? Yes, of course, she has to convert and everything. But why is this? Rashi says, Loi dibra Torah elo keneged yetzer hara, that the Torah talks about the yetzer hara. If you're not going to allow the person to marry that woman in a kosher way, she's going to be with her in a non-kosher way. But since when does the Torah do such thing? We have the rules. We have to fight the yetzer hara. We have to do the right thing. Question number one. There's another question. Question number two. We read last week about the rules of who are the soldiers that go to fight the war. So the Torah gives a whole list before the war that the people who, if you betrothed the woman and did not take her yet, you go back home. If you build a house and you didn't go in to live in there yet, you go back home, you don't go to fight the war. And finally, the Torah says, anyone, Mia Ish, that anyone who has a Yorev Rachalevav, who is afraid, he has a soft heart, is afraid to fight the war, then stay home, don't go to the war. But there is another interpretation of what it means. Ayisha Yarei, person who are afraid. We're talking about a person who is afraid that he committed a sin. And he's afraid because he committed a sin, he's not going to, he may die in the war. So the Torah says, stay home. So who are the soldiers who ended up going to fight the war? Those are the holy people who are not afraid, they're cured, they're pure, they have no sins whatsoever. And such a person will fall to such a situation that he was going to see a beautiful woman and that's it, he lost himself completely. So the Ohr HaChaim HaKodesh asked this question, the holy Ohr HaChaim, Rabbi Chaim ben Atan. And he gives a very mystical answer, but it's a mystical answer that we can apply today's day. He talks about there are souls, holy souls, that are trapped among the nations. And those souls, they yearn to be connected. And when this soldier, when he goes to fight the war, and he sees the woman, Eishes Yefastaya, a beautiful woman, and you desire in her. It doesn't say you desire her. It says you desire in her. What does it mean? Your soul desires the souls, the nefesh, the holy soul that is in her. And that, says the Torah, you have to take her home and see if she is sincere, if she wants to convert and she wants to be elevated, then this is a positive thing. What is the message to us? The Rebbe says that we are on constant war. And there are what is called in Chassidus the Rapach Nitzotzot, the 248 sparks, godly sparks that are scattered around the world. Each and every person has sparks in the world that you need to elevate, that you need to refine. What does it mean? You see, there are things that we come across in our life and we don't realize that Hashem put us in this place for a reason. Wherever you are, whatever situation you are, whatever position you have, there is a reason why you are there. And it's not just because you want to make money, whether it's a business, whether it's going to college. It's an interesting thing When people, Lubavitcher people, when Bachrim from the yeshiva asked the Rebbe, is it okay to go to study secular studies in the college? The Rebbe says, no, absolutely not. You should focus on the Torah. But in the same time, there were some professors, secular people, who discovered Judaism and they wanted to return, they wanted to drop everything from the past, and they wanted to start learning Torah, only Torah. The Rebbe told them, no, stay where you are. Yes, you should become better, you should learn more Torah, but don't leave your place. God put you in this place because there is a mission for you to fulfill. Through your position, you're able to gather more godly sparks. This is our mission, to look around us, look at our situation, see what is it that we can do to help, to elevate those sparks. This is through increasing and studying Torah ourselves, to bring our friends, to encourage them to study Torah, increasing, doing one more mitzvah before Rosh Hashanah. So let us hope that we should all have a ksiva v'chasima tova, a good gebenchte year, a sweet new year, in this upcoming new year with the coming of Mashiach very soon. Amen. Good Shabbos.